Okay, so these are the stickers I'm going to be using in their respective molds. Okay, so when I put the stickers in, they're actually going to turn face down. I was just having them face up so I could get an idea of what I wanted to put where. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mix these. I explained that last video, so I won't explain that again. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to start pouring the resin in, which I've mixed already. And last time when I did this, I poured the resin in, put the stickers in, and then my coasters came out with tiny little bubbles in front of the stickers, and some of them even popped on the surface. And it wasn't super noticeable, they're very small, but I'm trying to avoid that from happening this time. So after I pour in my clear, I'm going to come in with a heat gun and very briefly heat the resin to pop the bubbles. And so I often see people using heat guns and torches, and they'll kind of use them for an extended period on the resin. Personally, I really try to avoid putting any more heat than what's needed on the resin. It's not good for the resin, and it's not good for you if you're breathing that stuff in. I didn't quite mix enough, so I'm actually going to have to mix some more real quick. Okay, so I really don't like what I'm having to do, which is mix some more resin, and then I poured it in the same cup where I mixed resin before, even though it still had resin residue. So my whole thing is that I'm concerned that there may have been disproportionate leftover resin, which may cause it to not cure properly if the ratios aren't correct. Although if there's any room for error, it's in this second layer, because afterwards I'm going to put a background layer. Not that I like the idea of the possibility of my resin not curing properly for any reason, okay, but more than likely it'll be fine. I measured everything pretty well. I mixed everything pretty consistently, so it's probably fine. It's just I get worried about these sorts of things because I have had resin not cure in the past, and it's just like really unfortunate. It feels really wasteful. I just don't like that to happen, but it does, you know, happen when you're learning and you're trying to do these things, like figure out how to best be able to reuse stuff without having to pull out another cup every time you make a mistake and I need to mix some more. So I mixed another 20 cc's. So that means that in all I did 40 cc's resin, 40 cc's hardener for 3 coasters. Alright, so I'm going to come back with the heat gun. Alright, so one thing about working with resin is you definitely want to be working in a well ventilated area. You should definitely be wearing gloves, as I've been. And then when you do something like this, you have to be a little bit concerned about any kind of fumes coming off of it, because you are adding heat and you don't want to breathe that in. So it's really recommended that you wear a mask like this for resin work. I don't mean like your COVID mask. I have a air purifier running in the background with a HEPA filter, and I have the back door open for ventilation. I don't have a mask on, but I should. Okay, really should. You can get seriously ill. I mean, like, it'll cause lung damage and such. So safety is really something that's important, okay? So I'm just putting the stickers in since I used the heat gun that popped a lot of the bubbles. And then I don't think I'll hit them with the heat gun again because I don't want the stickers getting hot. Especially this one that's curling up. That one's not gonna, that one's gonna be a pain. It's not gonna cooperate. And I think it's just because it's too big. Maybe if I had poured more resin in here, it would be fine, but it's curling up quite a bit. And I don't like that. I've also ruined coasters that way. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, which is what I did last time, is I'm gonna put a stick, 2 sticks, one across the ears and one across the feet. And I'm gonna leave the sticks in for 3 hours. And then after 3 hours, the resin should be tacky. I'm gonna take the sticks out and then I'll let it cure overnight. Hopefully it won't be too curled up. And then I'll pour the last coat tomorrow. Right, and then so sometimes if you just want to kind of move the stick around to make sure there's no bubbles trapped under it. Honestly, a lot of the times for me, I have to come back and check them every hour, every half hour or something for the next 3 or so hours to make sure that the stickers are where I want them to be, and that also I'm getting out any bubbles which may acquire under there as they rise, as the stickers rise and move around, because they do slowly move around in the resin. Alright, so I'll be back tomorrow with the last video. See you then. Okay, so quickly, I just wanted to show what I did with the popsicle sticks to try to get that sticker to lay flat, and that I covered them up. So I'll be leaving these overnight.